Hello my dear students, how is the life going on? Good? Okay, we have already met in the online class, isn't it? So, I am Elizabeth and I will be taking mathematics for you. We have completed our first 6 chapters and let's move on to the 7th chapter, which is simple linear equations. Let's play a game. Are you all ready? Okay. Think of a number from 1 to 5. Did you all think? Yes? Now multiply that number by 4. Done? Okay. Now add 6 to the number. Did you do that? Again, add 10 to the number. First, think of a number from 1 to 5 and multiply that number by 4 and then add 6 to the number and at last add 10 to the number. You all got one answer, right? You might have got one of the answer from this, right? Some of you got 36, isn't it? That means you thought number 5. Some got 24, isn't it? That means you thought number 2. Am I right? Some over there got 32. That means you thought number 4. Yes, one of you got 28. That means you thought number 3. And some others got 20. Somebody? Yes, that means you thought number 1. Am I right? So how did I do that? Using simple linear equations. Let's learn this chapter in detail today. So children, what you see here is the mind map for our video. So, as I already told, in the chapter simple linear equations, we would learn about equations and how to balance an equation, about the root or solutions of equations, and how to solve an equation. There are 3 methods to solve. Number 1, trial and error method. Number 2, systematic method. And number 3, transposing method. And we would also learn some applications of simple linear equations. Let's start. So children, now let's start with equations. You all know what equations are, right? Any mathematical expressions with this symbol, with equal to symbol, is called equality. Okay? And this statement of equality, which involves variables like x, a, b, etc., are called as equations. Okay? And now I have 2 examples here. X plus 9 equal to 12, 3a minus b equal to 67. These 2 are examples of equations. Okay? Now the one in the left side, it is called as left hand side of the equation, and whatever in the right side is called as the right hand side of the equation. Now these equations are having power which is 1, isn't it? What is the power of x? It's 1. Power of a, 1. Power of b, 1. So the variables or the equations with the degree 1 is called as linear equations. Okay? And if the equations consist of only one variable, that means if it has only one x or maybe a or b, if it has only one variable, then those type of equations are called as simple linear equations or equations with one variable. Okay, and the other equations which has one or more variables with power 1 is called as linear equations. Got it? So children, let's learn how to express one statement to an equation. Okay, here I have one statement. What is that? 3/4 of a number L minus 8 gives 4. How to express this as an equation? Let's see. Read this, 3/4 of a number L. So L is a number here. Okay. So 3/4 of a number L can be written as 3/4 into L. 3/4 L. This is 3/4 of a number L. And next is 3/4 of a number L minus 8. So how to write that? 3/4 L minus 8. Okay, so we reached till here. And what else? It gives 4. Gives means equal to. Okay, so finally we can write as 3/4 L minus 8 equal to 4. So children, 3/4 of a number L minus 8 gives 4 can be written as 3/4 L minus 8 equal to 4. Got it? So children, in the previous example, we converted one statement to an equation. Okay, now let's see how to convert one equation to one statement. Okay, here I have m by 3 plus 2 equal to 14. How to convert this to one statement? Here it is m by 3. So what is 1 by 3 equal to? We can call it as 1/3, isn't it? So m by 3 is equal to 1 by 3 into m. So we can write it as 1/3 of m. And next we have one positive symbol here, plus 2. Okay, so this in total we can read it as 1/3 of a number m added to 2. Next we have one equal to symbol. We already learned it can be written as gives 14. So this whole equation m by 3 plus 2 equal to 14 can be written as 1/3 of a number m added to 2 gives 14. Our next topic is balancing an equation. Have you seen weighing balance? Yes. So what is that? We place something to the right side and we place something to the left side, and we make both the sides equal, isn't it? So if you place unequal weights, it would be like this, isn't it? So if you place something to the right side, you have to add the same weight to the left side also, so that we get it like this. So in case of equations also, there are some rules that if you add something to the left side of an equation, that means if you add one number to the left side of an equation or add one variable to the left side of an equation, we have to add the same number or same variable to the right side of the equation. Only then the equation would be balanced. In the previous grade also you have learned this, right? Similarly, if you subtract one number or one variable from left side of the equation, then you have to subtract the same number or same variable from right side also. In case of multiplication, if you multiply one number or variable to the right side of the equation, multiply the same number or variable to the left side also. And in the case of division, also do the same. If you divide one number or variable to the right side, then divide the same number or variable to the left side. Got it? So, what can we conclude? If you do any mathematical operations to the left side, do the same to the right side. Okay? So children, the same thing I will show using one example. Here I have x minus 4 equal to 5. So for example, if you add 2 to the left side, add 2 to the right side also. You cannot simply add 2 to the left side and not adding 2 to the right side will make the equation wrong. Okay? So this is one way in which we add two same numbers. If you subtract one number from left side, subtract same number from right side also. Got it? And next, if you divide one number in the left side, divide the same number in the right side also, otherwise the equation won't be balanced. Okay? And in case of multiplication also, do the same. Suppose if you multiply 10 in the left side, then multiply 10 the right side also. Got it? So this is how we balance the equations. So children, now let's see one question from exercise 7.1, question number 3. Question is, Rajni's mother is 36 years old. She is 6 years older than 3 times Rajni's age. Okay, so what is given? Rajni's mother's age is given as 36. Okay, and one more sentence, which is, she is 6 years older than 3 times Rajni's age. So take this part. If we take Rajni's age as n, then 3 times Rajni's age is 3 into n. In the smaller grades you have learnt 3 times, the meaning is into. So 3 into n. And read the complete sentence once again. She is 6 years older than 3 times Rajni's age. 6 years older than, that means it's more. More means what you have to do? You have to add. So we can write it as 6 plus 3 into n, because Rajni's age we have taken as n. So this complete sentence we can write as 6 plus 3n. And what is this? This is Rajni's mother's age. What is that? It is 36. So both of these sentences we can write as 6 plus 3n equal to 36 or 3n plus 6 equal to 36. From this equation we can find Rajni's age. Got it? So children, our next topic is roots or solution of an equation. What is that? The value of the variable for which the equations get satisfied is called as root or solution of an equation. That means, for example, here we have 3x minus 4 equal to 11. we have to give one value for this x so that this LHS becomes equal to 11. So we have to find some value for x, and that is called as the root or solution of an equation. Here, if you give the value for x as 5, we will get the LHS part as 11. Let's see that. If you give this x as 5, we get 3 into 5 minus 4 equal to 11. 3 into 5 is 15. 15 minus 4 is 11. Got it? So we have given the value for x as 5, and this is called as the root or solution of the equation. So children, this is one question from exercise 7.2. The question is 7p plus 5 equal to 9, and they have given one value for p, that is minus 2. Let's check whether this solution is correct or not. How to do that? Just place minus 2 in the place of p here. Okay? So 7 into minus 2 plus 5. What is 7 into minus 2? It is minus 14. Minus 14 plus 5 is, it is minus 9. That means we did not get 18. So the solution what they gave is not correct. This is how we can check whether the solution is correct or not. So children, in the earlier example, I had shown x equal to 5 as the solution. How to solve that? There are 3 methods to find the solutions. Okay, the first method is trial and error method. As the name indicates, we have to guess one value for the variable and then keep on doing till we get the correct answer. Okay, I have one example here. 3 into x minus 1 equal to 6. Okay, what is the value of x? Let's see. First, let's give the value for x as 1. Now in the place of x, substitute 1. So we get 3 into 1 minus 1. Now what is 1 minus 1? It is 0. So 3 into 0 is 0. Any number into 0 is 0. So this is not equal to 6. That means x is not 1. Now let's try with 2. Substitute the value for x as 2. Now we get 3 into 2 minus 1. What is 2 minus 1? It is 1. So 3 into 1 is 3, which is not 6. That means x is not 2. So these are not correct. Now let's see x equal to 3. Let's substitute x as 3. 3 into 3 minus 1. What is 3 minus 1? It is 2. What is 3 into 2? It is 6. That means we got the RHS part. So we can conclude that x is equal to 3 and this is the solution. So the second method of solving an equation is systematic method by separating variable. So this is closely related to balancing the equation. We have to separate the variables by balancing the equations. Here I have an example, 4y plus 7 equal to 19. So which is the variable here? Yes, it is y. So we have to separate this y from all others. So here I have plus 7, isn't it? Now how to cancel the 7? We have to subtract 7. That means plus 7 minus 7 becomes 0. So we can cancel this. So subtract 7 from both the sides. Okay? Subtract 7 from LHS and RHS. So 7 minus 7 is 0. So we get 4y alone here. And what is 19 minus 7? Yes, 12. Okay? Now something is along with y. What is that? 4. Now how to eliminate this 4? If I divide LHS and RHS by 4, we can eliminate it. So 4y by 4 equal to 12 by 4. Divide both the sides by 4. So I can cancel it. Here when you cancel, 1 4 is 4, 3 4s are 12. So the value of y or the solution of the equation is 3. So when you get questions like this, eliminate all the numbers or whatever is along with the variables and separate the variables and find the answer. Got it? So the last method to find the solution is transposing method. Transposing is changing the side. So how to do that? If you want to take one number, one positive number, or the number if it is plus 6, if you want to take this plus 6 from LHS to RHS, it becomes minus 6. Okay? If it was minus 6 in the LHS, when you take that minus 6 to the RHS, it becomes plus 6. If it is into 6 or any number, if it is in multiplication, then when you take to the other side of equal to, it becomes division. And if it is as division or if it is in the denominator in the LHS, and if you want to take to the RHS, it becomes multiplication in the RHS. Okay? So here I have one example. So this is the common way of solving equations. So listen carefully. Okay? Here I have 4 minus x by 6 equal to 7. Okay? Now we have to place the variable in the LHS always. Remember that. Okay? Now we have to place the numerator here as it is, and in the denominator we have 6. So it is by 6. So remember to place the variable on the LHS, and to find x, take the 6 to the other side. So it is here in the denominator. When you take to other side of equal to, it would come as multiplication in the numerator. So it becomes 7 into 6. Okay? And in the next step, calculate the value. 7 6 are 42. Now we have to find the value for x. So take this 4 to other side, but this minus x remains the same here. Okay? Now when you take plus 4 to the other side, it becomes minus 4. Okay? Now we have minus x is equal to 42 minus 4 is 38. Now we have minus x, but we need plus x. So what to do? Multiply both sides with minus 1. So minus 1 into minus x we get plus x, minus 1 into 38 we get minus 38. Got it? I have one more example from your exercise, that is 6 into t minus 2 equal to 18. Okay, how to find t? First, remove all the numerical parts from the LHS. Okay, but do it step by step. First, let's take this 6 to the other side. Okay, so place this as it is here, t minus 2 equal to, when you take this 6 to the other side, since it is in multiplication, we don't have any symbols here, plus or minus, so it is multiplication. So when you take this multiplication to the other side, it becomes division. So it is 18 by 6. Okay, now what is 18 by 6? It is 3. Got it? Now we have minus 2 here, which we have to take to the other side. So it becomes plus 2. So t is equal to 3 plus 2, that is 5. So the solution for this equation is 5. Got it? So children, for an equation there is only one solution, but for one solution we can form so many equations. Okay, so here I have one solution, that is m equal to minus 5. This is one question from your textbook exercise problem. Okay, m equal to minus 5. So let's frame some equations with this solution. Okay, so let's multiply any number. So let me multiply this with 5. That means I multiply both LHS and RHS with 5. So 5 into m is 5m, and 5 into minus 5 is minus 25. This is one equation. Let's form one more equation or two more equations. Like how many ever we can form. Let's add 1 to both the sides. So m plus 1 is m plus 1, and minus 5 plus 1 is minus 4. This is second equation. Let's form one more. Let's divide m by 5. m by 5, and this minus 5 by 5. So minus 5 by 5 is minus 1. This is another equation. So all these equations have only one solution, that is m equal to minus 5. So if you get one solution, we can form so many equations, but for an equation there is unique solution. Remember that. Okay, so children, let's see some applications related to simple linear equations. Okay, so I have some amount of money in my hands. Okay, in my right hand I have rupees 100. Okay, can you tell me what is in my left hand? I'll give you one clue. Okay, the amount in my left hand is 1/5 of the amount in my right hand added to 10. Can you guess? Yes, it is 30. Let me see. Yes, I have rupees 30 here. That means 1/5 of 100 is rupees 20 added to 10. It becomes 30. So the amount which was in my left hand was rupees 30. So children, this is a question from exercise 7.3, question number 9. Shreya's mother is 40 years old. Her age is 10 years more than twice of Shreya's present age. Find Shreya's present age. So children, let's take Shreya's age as x. We don't know the value. Let's take the unknown as x. Shreya's mother's age is given as 40 in the question. What else is given? 10 more than twice Shreya's age is her mother's age. That is also given, isn't it? So how to write that? 10 more than, that means 10 plus twice Shreya's age, that is plus 2x is her mother's age. This is the second sentence which is given. Now let's find the value of x. What is x? Shreya's age. So using transposing method, let's solve. Place the variable part here and take this 10 to other side. So we have 40 minus 10, that is 40 minus 10 is 30. Okay, and next we need only x in the LHS part. So place x here and 2 is as multiplication, so take that to other side, so it becomes division. So x is 30 by 2. What is 30 by 2? It is 50. So what is Shreya's age? It is 15. Let's learn one more question, which is question number 11. Ashish and Suresh together have rupees 700 in total. Suresh has 3 times as much money as Ashish. How much money does each of them have? So children, what is given? Ashish and Suresh have rupees 700 in total. Okay, and what else is given? Suresh has 3 times as much as money as Ashish has. Okay, so let's take that as one equation, which is s equal to 3a. S is for Suresh, a for Ashish. Okay, and they have in total 700. So let's take both the equations as equation number 1 and equation number 2. Got it? And next we have s equal to 3a. Substitute this second equation in the first equation. So what will we get? So when you substitute s equal to 3a, this s becomes 3a. So it is a plus 3a equal to 700. What is a plus 3a? These are like terms, isn't it? So a plus 3a is 4a. 4a equal to 700. Now we have to find a. That means we should take this 4 to the other side. Since this is as multiplication, when we take to other side it becomes as division. So 700 by 4 equal to 175. Okay, so amount with Ashish is 175. And we have to find how much amount does Suresh has. Okay, so s equal to 3a, which is our second equation. Substitute the value of a in the second equation. We already know that. So s equal to 3a, a is 175, so substitute that 3 into 175. So the amount with Suresh is 525. So children, find some unknown values related to day-to-day life. You have learned simple linear equations, so you can easily find unknowns which is related to your life. Okay, so in this video we learned about simple linear equations, about equations, the definitions, and how to balance an equation. We found the root or solutions of equations, and we learned to solve an equation using trial and error method, systematic method, and transposing method. Okay, and at last we learned some applications related to simple linear equations. So children, take care. Bye.